I should also like this greeting of peace to enter our hearts and your families, and to all those people, wherever they are, all peoples throughout the world. Peace be with you.
Pope Leo XIV wishing peace upon the world as he delivers his first blessing from the balcony of St. Peter's Basilica, just moments after being announced to the world this morning. Crowds at the Vatican, you can hear them cheering non-stop after spotting this white smoke signaling the world has a new pope. And we are honored to have with us tonight Father Michael Ryan, pastor at St. James Cathedral here in Seattle. Thank you so much. It's an honor to have you in the studio today.
Nice to be here, Joyce.
So your reaction when you heard the news that we were going to have our first American pope to lead the Catholic Church?
Well, I was thrilled. I was over the moon, if I can put it that way. He's someone I'm looked at from a distance. You know, I don't really have any personal acquaintance with him, but what I've seen and heard is very, very promising. And I think of him not only as an American pope, but maybe even Latin American pope, you know, because he served so much time in Peru, which is a beautiful thing. The Americas, both North and South, are represented there.
I heard the Archbishop say today we shouldn't think of him as an American pope because he represents the world. Do you agree with that?
Of course. Yeah. Yes, he does represent the world, and he will need to, and I think he will address the world. I think that's a part of what he's going to be all about, not just the church, but the world.
Tell us more about the name. There's a lot always in the name that the new pope chooses. Leo XIV.
I have to think it was very carefully chosen, certainly not accidental in any way. Leo XIII was a major figure in the church in the late 19th century, early 20th, and he plowed some new ground. The church had been very inward looking up to his time, closed off to the world. He said, no, this is a new moment. I'm going to embrace the world and address the world and take on the world's concerns. So he became a great advocate for social justice and the rights of workers and the kinds of things that said the church is in the trenches with people, not set apart. So that was Leo XIII. He takes that name, and I think he's saying something similar to us now.
And in terms of shaping the global Catholic Church at a time when the world is so divisive, what do you expect we should see in the few months ahead, the next few years ahead?
Well, I suspect he will be a bridge builder, a unifier, and we so badly need one. Of course, that was Francis' mission in so many ways, and he clearly wants to carry on the mission of Francis. He referred to him more than once in his opening remarks, spoke of his blessing to the world on Easter, and then talked about now carrying on the mission of Francis. He talked about the Synod, which is Francis' great gift, his dream for the church, that we might be more reaching out to everyone to be involved in church decision making and planning, not just the hierarchy. And that's Francis's vision, and I think it's the vision of Pope Leo XIV too. He wants to carry that on. He'll do it in his way, new ways, I'm sure, but he will do it.
And when you talk about more inclusion, I know that was really something that Pope Francis stressed, the inclusion of more lay people in decision making and women in particular.
Exactly.
Do you think the role of women will be elevated?
I can't imagine that it won't, and I look forward to that. It's so important. It was important to Francis. I think it's going to be important to this man, very important, and the church must embrace that. We have to include women much more in important roles in the church. No tokenism. It needs to be real.
And how do you think the Pope's efforts might influence more people to come to the church, especially young people?
Well, we always hope that young people will kind of listen and realize that he's speaking their language and he cares about their issues. You know, it's not a church that's off talking to itself, but a church espousing things that they care about, serving the poor, justice, ecology, things that really are top issues with young people. Well, the church stands for those too. So I think he will articulate that much as Francis did, and in new ways, powerful ways.
In your lifetime, did you think you'd ever see an American?
No, I really didn't. It didn't occur to me. I thought, the superpower we regarded in a way that doesn't necessarily, it's not very flattering in some ways in the church. So the fact that we see one, it's a new moment, obviously. But as I've said again, it's it's an American and it's a Latin American at the same time, so he represents the global South as much as the North, I think, and that's a wonderful thing.
I think it's incredible, too, that it would be during your lifetime, because you're about to retire after nearly 5 decades and beyond in ministry. I would be remiss to not ask you, after serving our community so long, what do you hope that your legacy is that you leave, and what does retirement look like for someone who's given their entire life to the Lord?
Oh, Joyce, thanks for asking. I have to tell you, honestly, I haven't thought much about retirement. It's never really been on my radar, so I'm only beginning to think of it now. As far as my legacy is concerned, well, you know, people are the legacy of any priest, I think. If we've touched lives and brought people to love themselves more and realize how much God loves them and kind of open up new possibilities to them for their lives in service and love, if we've done that in any way, well, then I think we can say, well, I guess that's why God called me, and maybe I left something good behind.
I am certain that you have, and we've been so grateful for your service in our community.
Thank you,
and thank
Joyce.
you for spending this extraordinary day with us.
Truly, thank you, Joyce.
We are grateful for
My
you.
privilege, believe me.
May you have much joy in retirement.
Thank you
which
so
is
much.
coming in July.
Thank you.